I'm like, I've actually cracked the code to this relaxer stretching thing. Yeah, I actually have. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time seeing my face, I welcome you to this channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, what's up guys? How are you doing? So I actually got a request for this video on Instagram. Like I got a request from someone who was quite interested and will I say intrigued about how I actually maintain and preserve my hair during my relaxer stretching period. Laser stretching period is very important. Like it's a game changer for your hair journey. It's very important, and it's advisable that you actually space out your relaxer period. I have a relaxer stretching period. Like I have a video that talks about. I have a video on the channel that talks about how you can easily and effectively manage your hair while you're relaxer stretching. So I will do well to attach the video on either side of the screen. So please, you can also watch that and learn one or two things from that video. And if you're someone who is presently undergoing a relaxer stretching, like presently, I'm also undergoing a relaxer stretching period, and this like the right time for me to actually put out this video for you. And if you're someone who just got a fresh relaxer and plans to relax and stretch for a particular period of time this year, this video is for you. I'm sure that you're going to learn one or two things from this video. If this sounds like something you would love to watch, please don't go anywhere. Sit back, relax, and let's dive right into it. I would actually like to take you guys back memory lane and tell you what I actually started with my relaxer stretching routine. So sometime 2019-2020 period, my relaxer stretching period was obviously not what it is right now. Like they say, I'm on a healthier journey and we keep evolving. Like I keep discovering new things and the experience just keeps going on and on and on, and we keep learning. I keep learning and learning and learning new things. So back in 2019, 2020, I was stretching for a period of 6 months, which means that I was practically relaxing my hair like once or twice in a year, depending on how I actually schedule my relaxer touch-ups. It may be like maybe I'm going to relax my hair just once in a year or just twice in a year. For example, let me give you guys an example. If I decide to get a touch up in January, and which means that my next touch up would be for like it will be for like June or July, ending of June or sometimes early July. So if that's the case, if I'm to stretch for the next 6 months, it will mean that I'm going to get my relaxer touch up the next year, which is January of the next year. So that's what I mean by it can be like I'm going to get my touch ups once in a year, or I guess like twice in a year. So most of the time, it's usually like twice in a year, depending on my own schedule. So sometimes 2019, 2020, I was doing 6 months relaxer stretching period because I think that was just like convenient for me and it was just comfortable for me to have been stretching for that long, and I could manage it and I could just out of the I was able to actually manage my hair and keep it at bay and also preserve it during my 6 months relaxer stretching period. So I'm going to break down what happens during the 6 months stretching period. So when I go for my relaxer touch up in, for example, I'll just give a typical example. Like I go for a relaxer touch up in January, which means that when I get the relaxer touch up in January, I just because I'm someone who doesn't really make her hair that often, so I rock out my hair most of the time. Like 80% of the year, my hair is always out, or just once in a while, I actually get protective styles done. So when I get the relaxer touch up in January, I just because obviously my hair is freshly relaxed and I'm still enjoying the whole freshly relaxed treatment and things like that. And my washes are easy for me too, and combing and managing my hair in short finger detangling becomes quite easy because I've gotten a relaxer touch up done. January, February, March, that's like 3 months. Like I'm still really enjoying the hair and stuff like that. Fourth month, I'm still working the boat, like I'm still pushing and I'm still enjoying my hair. Though I start to experience a lot of new growth during the third month or fourth month. So I just try to manage my hair during that period. So when it gets to like, because I had a lot of wigs back then, like I used to wear wigs and all that, I was able to manage my relaxer stretching period. So once I reach the fifth and sixth month, then I go in with my protective style. I would put up pictures of what my cornrows looked like back then. I'll just do typical cornrows all back. Then I just put in my wigs for the next 2 months before I get my next relaxer touch up done. So for the entire 2019, for the entire 2020, I was actually putting up with this arrangement. Like it worked for me, was like quite okay for me because I knew what I was going to do, and it was like there was a plan for my relaxer stretching period, like more like a routine, like a set of things that I actually do during my relaxer stretching period. So first month, that's what I was doing. 2019, 2020. I think part of 2021 too was something like that. But then in 2022, was it like ending of 2021, 2022, I actually changed my relaxer stretching period from 6 months to 5 months. To be honest, I don't really know why I did that. I think I can say I know why I did that. I just got tired of wearing wigs. Like I just wanted my hair to breathe. And because I'm someone who is quite prone to migraines and headaches, I was like, oh, I'm just done with this phase. Like, I don't want to be wearing wigs for my relaxer stretching period. So I reduced my relaxer stretching period from 6 months to 5 months. Then in 2022, I also reduced it from 5 months to 4 months. So I'll put you guys up with my routine since July 2022. That was last year, July to till now, and my relaxer stretching period routine, my relaxer stretching routine for the past 1 year. So last year I got relaxer touch up done at professional salon, and that was in July. So I stretched for 4 months. Was it 4 months? Pardon me, guys. Before that, before I actually visited a professional salon for my touch up, I had gone for a relaxer touch up in May, and my hair was very under processed, and I was not happy about that at all. So I quickly had to wait for 2 more months before I went in for a corrective relaxer touch up. So the touch up I actually had in July was a corrective relaxer touch up because the one I had in May was it was feeling like I did not relax my hair at all. So it was more like a corrective relaxer touch up that I had in July. So in July, I think I stretched for like 5 months. So I got another touch up in October of 2022. Then in October 2022, I stretched to March 31st. That was when I went back to the professional salon for my touch up. And since that time, March till now, I think I've been relaxed. I'm like 4 months. I think I'm like 4 months. I'm 4 months, 2 weeks, or thereabout post relaxer touch up. So let me break down what I actually do because this is like what people are really interested in. Like, how do I really preserve my hair to actually keep it, to actually maintain it and preserve it? Because it's very, very, how will I say, like the best thing, like the goal of relaxer stretching is just to preserve your hair, to ensure that your hair is maintained, your hair is preserved for the subsequent relaxer touch-up. So what I do is when I notice that I'm really, really deep into my relaxer stretching period, say I'm like 4 months post relaxer touch up, then what I actually do is just to simplify my routine. Basically, I just simplify my hair care routine. So what I do is if I'm to have a wash day during my relaxer stretching period, that's like when I'm like 4 months or 5 months post relaxer. Most especially, it's usually like 4 months post relaxer that I actually start doing this couple of techniques and practices that I incorporate into my hair journey. Prior to the wash day, I will ensure that I finger detangle thoroughly. Then after I've done that, then I go for my wash day. Then during my wash day, I ensure that I don't manipulate my hair so roughly in the shower, because at that point your hair is very prone to tangles and it will mat. Like hair loves to really mat. That's why you notice that if you don't comb your hair for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or when you leave your hair in for a particular time, maybe your hair is in creative styles, you would start noticing that your hair starts to tangle. Like that's the nature of hair. Hair loves to tangle a lot. Now you cannot really go in with your combs and all that when your relaxer stretching. That does not mean that you cannot actually finger detangle your hair. Like just slightly, just pulling apart your hair would actually do it. You necessarily have to go in with your comb. So I don't unnecessarily manipulate my hair when I'm in the shower. Then after, because I know I've thoroughly detangled my hair prior to my wash day, when I'm done post wash day, I ensure that I don't comb my hair. If at all I want to actually straighten my hair or whatever, do whatever to it, I just carefully again tangle my hair and I don't follow up with any comb. Because I'm really really deep into my relaxer stretching period now, it's become very difficult for me to actually air dry my hair. So I use a blow dryer to actually dry my hair now. But when I'm freshly relaxed, I don't use my blow dryer and I just air dry basically. So air drying is better if you're not relaxer stretching at this moment. So after I'm done blow drying with my blow dryer, then I just basically just use my moisturizer. I moisturize my hair, but obviously before you blow dry your hair, you are meant to apply heat protectant to your hair to actually create like a barrier between the heat tool and your strand, so that it doesn't cause any unnecessary breakages and damage to your strand. So after I'm done with the blow drying, I moisturize and I seal with my preferred oil. Then after I'm done with that, I just pack my hair into a low manipulation style for the wig. So what I usually do is that, because I know my hair very well and I know how it behaves and what it actually responds to, I know what my hair likes and I know what it does not really like. So I'm like, I've actually cracked the code to this relaxer stretching thing. Yeah, I actually have. So once weekly, I actually finger detangle my hair and I comb it. I moisturize and seal and pack into a low manipulation style for the next couple of days before I actually go back in with a moisturizer and a preferred sealing oil. And for the next 2 weeks, because my wash day schedules are like, I have my wash days in 2 weeks bi-weekly. Even though I'm still relaxer stretching, I'm very very deep into my relaxer stretching period, I still follow up with the 2 weeks arrangement for my wash days. So what I do is, like I just mentioned, I moisturize, I seal my hair, I finger the tangle, and I comb out all shaded hair from my hair. Then I just leave it in for the next 7 days with my moisturizer and my sealing oil. And I don't comb my hair again. I just pack it again. Like I just have a technique of packing my hair without having to go in with a comb or with any form of comb at all. So I pack it again, then I leave it in for the next 7 days when I would actually have my wash day. So it's just like a cycle, more like a rinse and repeat thing. Like it's a cycle of it's a cycle of processes, like the same thing that I do till I'm done with my relaxer stretching period. So what has changed from years back to what I am presently doing now for my relaxer stretching routine? Nothing has really changed, but the only thing that has changed is that I don't protective style when I'm relaxer stretching, because I've noticed that when it's time to take out those protective style, like just my basic cornrows, like it's very difficult for me to actually take down the hair. Because like I mentioned earlier, hair loves to mat and it will mat at any given period, especially when you've left it in for like a long time. If you left it in for like a month or 2 months, like obviously you are very very prone to matting and a lot of tangles. So I know that my hair doesn't like this, so I just scrap it from my relaxer stretching routine. So I don't do that again. So that's like one thing that I know that has changed in my relaxer stretching routine. Then also I don't wear wigs again for my relaxer stretching period. So I'd rather actually just leave my hair like what it is like now, then so that I can have full access to taking care of it, like detangling and actually following up with my normal wash day routine. I know there are a couple of concerns relating to the relaxer stretching period. Like some people cannot even like this person that I said sent me a DM that requested for this video actually said that it becomes very hard to actually pack her hair into something presentable, like maybe just simple low ponytail or high ponytail. Like it's not really hard. You just need to understand and know how to care for your hair. Like it's very easy peasy. And your hair looking unkempt, I think you can just get yourself a very good leave-in conditioner or a moisturizer that can help you put your hair into like something that is very aesthetically pleasing to the eyes. And it's not that, trust me guys, it's not that hard at all. Get yourself a good leave-in conditioner and moisturizer. But what me I do is that because I know that my hair would obviously like your after stretching period, like your hair is prone to looking unkempt and looking like untidy. So what I do is I just go in, I use my Echo styling gel to keep my hair obedient. Let me just say that, to keep them laid and to just retain my edges in general. Your hair looking puffy, that's not an excuse. I know it's a very common concern, but you can find a way to just pack your hair. If I tell you guys that beneath what I have, like my hair is very puffy and I have a lot of new growth, you will not believe it. But that's the reality of the relaxer stretching period. That's the reality. I don't think you can only manage the situation, but you just have to live with it for the meantime. Relaxer stretching period is not forever. Depending on you, it's not forever. It's not going to last forever. Actually, nothing lasts forever. And managing your new growth, you need to get, like I mentioned earlier, you need a good moisturizing leave-in conditioner or a very good moisturizer for your new growth to actually to actually make them soften and to make them more manageable during the course of your relaxer stretching period. So you actually need to preserve your strength before your relaxer stretching period ends. So guys, that's all I have for you in this video. Hope you learned one or two things in this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share to somebody you think is going to love what I've mentioned in this video, or someone who you think is undergoing a relaxer stretching period and needs to actually note all these tips that I've mentioned to you guys. And of course, don't forget to click on that subscribe button. I'll be very glad if you join this amazing family. Till I see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.